misconception about growth. Now, if you were here yesterday, he has summarized it, which I know everybody was here, apart from that sister. He had just summarized, so you know what we are talking about. So we are looking at now misconception, misunderstanding about growth, misconception about growth. The first misconception is the assumption. Assumption. The assumption. Assuming that growth is automatic. So many feel growth is automatic. That is why when they start something, before you know it, it dies because they didn't see the result of the growth. They assume it is automatic. It will just come. No. That is why we said yesterday, growth takes what? Process. It's in process. For example, you want to build this house now. You first of all clear this place. You already had in mind what you want to build, is that? You already had in mind. But you have to clear the bushes here. If there are bushes, you have to lay the foundation. Now, when the foundation comes up, it will never look like it. Will it? It will look like the house you want to build. Because it won't come automatically. It's not automatic. So the moment you start it, you begin to see it come up. At times, in most cases, it will look as if we are doing nothing. It's like this prayer you just prayed now. There are so many that won't know what this prayer is. Because it's not, oh Lord, kill them, destroy them, demolish them, draw them out. But this one is something that has to do with your growth. Something that has to do with you personally. So the assumption gap of it is that people assume that growth is what? Automatic. Growth is not automatic. Automatic. That is why they don't do anything. When they start, they stop. They start, they stop. Now, I'm not seeing results. They stop. Take note of this. Every growth that must work takes consistency. It takes what? Every growth, every spiritual growth that must work, it has to what? Be consistent. It has to go through consistent process. You don't start it now and you end it on the way. You won't grow because it is not automatic. It is not what? It is not automatic. It is not automatic. It is not also accidental. Growth is not accidental. It is not automatic. It's not accidental. That means it doesn't just happen. Growth doesn't just happen. Hey, I don't know how this thing happened. It's a lie. You must know. Because there are processes to it. So it is not automatic. It is not accidental. You must be consistent. Number two, misconception about growth. The knowledge gap. The knowledge gap. Number two is the knowledge gap. You don't know how to grow. You don't know how to grow. The knowledge gap. You don't know how to grow. You don't have the knowledge of how to grow. How do I grow? You don't know. So that is one thing. So you now live yourself like that. You just remain like that. The knowledge gap. Can I say this to you? I said, you need to be clear with what you want because people respond to clarity. You need to be clear with what you want. What do you really want? That's the question. That's the knowledge now. What do you really want? Now, when you are clear of what you want, then you can start it. That's why I said people respond to what? Clarity. Are you aware? Evangelist Jesus is into fashion. Now, at the end of the day, if you are not clear about her work, you will be so respectful. You will be so careful of giving her job. Is that? Very careful. I don't know if she knows how to sew. Even when you do it, you are doing it under trial and error. Is that until you are clear that she can sew, then you can now give it to her intentionally and with confidence. So you need to be clear of what you really want. What do you want? That's the first question you answer. What do I really want? The reason I spend time like this is because I know what I want. I want people to grow. I want people to fulfill destiny. That is just me. If you fulfill destiny, I am happy. I am just happy. That is me. So I am so intentional about it. Even when I am weak, the moment I see people to talk to, I'll be strong. Why? Because I know that I say people will always respond to what is what? Clear. They respond to what is clear. So the knowledge gap. Knowledge gap. Now listen to this. I say hear this. Don't learn from the school of hard knock. Don't, I say hear this. Don't learn from the school of hard knock. Don't learn. Why? Because many learn from the school of hard knock. Don't learn from that school of the school of what? Hard knock. Many learn from that school until problem comes, they won't learn anything. It is problem that teaches them. It's circumstances that teaches them. So as long as there is no problem, they are not willing to grow. They are not making any effort to grow. It is not problem that will make them. Have you seen somebody who have not been going to church or praying, all of a sudden had a dream, a bad one at that? Our pastor is that? That is it. That the person is learning from where? From hard knock. The person is learning from hard knock. Now let me say this to us. Difficult experience will teach you lessons. Difficult experience will teach you what? Lessons. There are people that learn in a hard way. Is that difficult experience has taught them lessons. Maybe somebody has betrayed you. That betrayal became a lesson to you. Is that? But you didn't know that people betrays. Is that? But even if you know, you don't pay attention to it. So you live your life so carelessly and whatever. Now when it happened, then it begins. Jesus said, I knew all men. He knew them already. So he had the knowledge of every man. He knows what man can do. He knows. That's why I said difficult experience will teach you what? Lesson. Then hard way can change you either for better or for worse. Difficult experience will teach you what? Lesson. Hard way can change you either for what? Better or worse. I will explain. Hard way will teach you, can change you either for what? Better or for what? For worse. When you are passing through hard things, hard way, it's okay. Have you seen people who are confused in life? Things are not really working. Things are not working. And they say they are children of God. They are children of God. But because things are hard for them, they go for alternative. Now, at the end of the alternative, the effect of that alternative is what will become the worst for them. Are you getting it? Now, there are people I heard of a woman, Abba, mommy, Abba, kada woman jeje me gini Abba. The woman has refused to give birth. Maybe the blessing of conception refused to come. Now, at the end of the day, they went to Abba. They paid 1 million. 18 years something for. The system begin to grow. Grow. After growth, at the end, they gave her a child. And if you see this child, Eh? Change. Stubbornness raised to power 20. Why? Because that is what hard way has taught them. It can make you change for better. It can make you change for the worst. That's why knowledge is good. You grow in that knowledge. The Bible said, I will wait till my change comes. That means it's a knowledge that he has acquired. Because I know alternatives can destroy me. Alternatives can make me regret my life. Alternatives. So I am going to wait. That's why I said difficult experience will teach you lesson. Then hard way, because that one is more of action to you. Hard way can make you change either for better or for worse. Job, after all the things Job passed through, the Bible said God restored Job. How many fold? Sevenfold. God restored Job back. That was an experience. So Job turned for better, not for the worst thing. So that's why knowledge gap is important. Always go for knowledge. And listen, so many people know the consequences of a particular action they want to take, but they are not convicted about it. Do you know what I said? You know what I said? So many know, for example, a minister who knows he is a minister or she is a minister, and like the one I shared that the other day, that every woman in the church, the man is passing through them, every woman. Now, this man knew that his actions were bad, also knew that this action has consequences, but was not convicted over those actions. Let me tell you this. No witness is permitted to pull you down when you are convicted about it. No witness. Because if you are convicted about the consequence of this thing you want to do, this is how you be. Push you like this, drag you back, push you like this. Now, the witness is dragging you. Your conviction is pulling you back. The witness is dragging you. Your conviction, before you know it, your conviction will win your witness. Because you already know the outcome. That's why knowledge is good. That's why people are not growing. Knowledge, they don't know what to do. That's why Proverbs 19 verse 2 said, it is not good for a soul to be without knowledge. It is not good. It is not good. It's not what? It's not good. So have this knowledge. Load yourself with knowledge. Like I said before, I said to us before, I've said it to you in the church. I said, I am not faithful to my wife because I love my wife. I am faithful to my wife because I am committed in the vow. I am committed in the covenant. That is why I am faithful to her. Because I can still love another. Yes, you can love another. But in this, what is keeping it is commitment. Now, if I am not committed, I know the consequences of not being committed. Now, as a minister, I am not committed in the marriage. I know the consequences. It will affect me ministerially. Is that? It will affect me. There is nothing. Hello, sir. Bible said one thing every one of you should know now. God is slow to anger. That is why it looks as if unu mee ya mgbe ya dịka Chineke ana react. Bible says he is slow to anger. Very slow to anger. Before Chineke iwe game ya consume, that man onye enough time for change. So that is why it looks as if, why is God leaving these people? Why is God leaving this thing? He is slow to anger. He is slow to anger. Now, that you are doing it and you are scaling through, you are doing it, it is working, doesn't mean that it is not wrong. It doesn't. So that's why we need to understand this part. That knowledge is good. Because I know that God is slow to anger. Eshikogigeji. Kai, Kai, Kai. That day you will hate yourself. That day, mercy will no longer be at work. Everyone under my voice, understand it today that God is slow to anger. Maybe that is why you are still doing that thing you are doing. Ghana la free. Because he will do it. And surely he will do it. And once his anger comes, no mercy again. Because that mercy is what is making that anger to be slow. That mercy is slow to anger. Number 3, and we close for today because tomorrow we continue. Number 3, the timing gap. We are looking at misconception about what? Growth. We are saying number 3, the timing gap. This one you are saying not the right time. It is not the right time because it is you feel it is not working. So you say maybe it's not the right time. Maybe it is not the right time. It's not the right time. You know, when it comes to growth, there is no right time. There is no wrong time. When it comes to growth, no right time. So you don't wait for the right time. Maybe let me wait for the right time of God. I will grow. At the time of God, I will grow. You know to grow. Because growth requires effort. Growth requires action. So until your effort meets with your action, there is no growth. Growth requires action. Growth requires labor, effort. So we must understand that the timing gap talks about the right time. Maybe at the right time I will grow. We are not growing at the right time I will grow. There is no right time when it comes to growth. So most people don't act as quickly as they should on things. People don't act as quickly as they should on things. Now there is what we call, there is the law called diminishing intent in timing. Diminishing intent. And what is this law all about? See what the law says. The law of diminishing intent says, the longer we delay in doing something, the less likely that we won't do it. The law of diminishing intent says, the longer you delay in doing something, the more likely it shows that you won't do it. That is what is called diminishing intent. As you keep procrastinating, as you keep saying it, it shows that you won't do it. That is what we call the law of diminishing intent. The law of diminishing intent. The longer you delay in carrying out that, some of us, check, there are so many fasting for 3 days, things you have delayed in doing that you didn't do again. God said, do this, and you began to procrastinate. That procrastination, you didn't do it again. That is what is called the law of diminishing intent. The more you waste time in doing it, the more it shows that you won't do it. Just simple one that every one of us is aware. You said, I am going to pray by 12:30. Holy Ghost, wake me up. And by 12:30, it looks as if somebody came to tap you. Now, but because the body is weak, you look at time. When you open your eyes, it's 12:30 or about 12:30. Oh, okay, by 2. Let me split it 2. Hello, sir. You wake up in the morning. You will wake up in the morning. 6 a.m. You are up. That's the next action that will be on God. Why? It is called the law of diminishing what? Intent. As you waste time, as you delay in doing it, it's a sign that it won't be done. May God help us. I say, 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 may God help you. I say, may God help you. You know now, fast. When are you going to do the fasting that you were giving? Next week. Next week. Okay, let me leave it. Ending of the month. Ending of the month. You are diminishing. You are going down. You are going down. It is called the law of what? Diminishing intent. Don't procrastinate. Stop procrastination. Procrastination is the worst enemy of growth. Procrastination is the worst enemy of potential. Nobody who procrastinates rises. You can't rise because procrastination deals with the body. It works with the body system. You are weak. I'm weak. I can't. Have you planned to pray? Then that is when you will know, you will discover that you have malaria. Sickness are there. Oh, Nike, your test, the test of your tongue changed here. You didn't call it anything, but because you want to suffer the body will tell you, I am sick. You too will say, okay, don't worry, body, you are sick. Let's wait after. You will not go and rush and buy malaria drugs. Get general excuse. I want malaria. Ngucha malaria maybe. Ngucha ya today. Because, hello sir, when you leave prayer for 3 days, prayer will leave you for 3 weeks. Understand it now. Anytime you leave prayer 1, 2, 3, consistently like that, if you will return back, you will never flow. So that is why when you take that malaria, finish. You need to do this, some of this prayer point I prayed now. You need to come back again. Come back again. God will help you. Rise to your feet. Tomorrow will continue. I don't want to take our time. So many of us are going far. So many are going far. Tomorrow will continue. There are many. We have about eight misconceptions. So by tomorrow, we'll continue. Then from there, we'll enter the main laws. Laws are not the ones, Onuma. Because if I say what is number one law, somebody will say prayer. It's a lie. It's not prayer.